Hello dear students, my name is RASULOVA and I'm teacher of theoretical aspects of the English language. Today we are going to have our next lecture on comparative typology. So today our topic is about the system vowel phonemes in English. So here we have our plan of today's lecture, and this consists of general principles of vowel formation, the phonological status of the diphthongs and articulatory classification of vowels, the acoustic classification of vowels, and unstressed vowels in English. So general principles of vowel formation. Vowels are speech sounds based on voice which is modified in the supralaryngeal cavities. There is no obstruction in their articulation. The muscular tension is spread evenly throughout the speech organs. The force of the A string is rather weak. Acoustically, vowels are musical sounds. Nevertheless, in the formation of vowels, considerably noise-producing narrowings are sometimes created. On the other hand, some consonants possess musical tone. So we can now formulate the general principles of vowel articulation. First principle is vowels are based on voice which is modified in the supralaryngeal cavities. The second principle is about the muscular tension is spread over all the speech organs. The third one is the A string passes through the supralaryngeal cavities freely, no narrowings being expressly formed on its way. And the last one is about the breath force is rather weak, for it is expanded when the A string passes through the larynx and causes the vocal cords to vibrate. The phonological status of diphthongs. Diphthongs may be produced by unit articulatory movements, and their length is almost equal to that of simple vowels or monophthongs. Diphthongs may be produced by unit articulatory movements, and their length is almost equal to that of simple vowels or monophthongs. Diphthongs are monosyllabic combinations. In other words, their two elements, nucleus and glide, don't belong to different syllables of the word. According to the functional criterion of the distinctive function of a diphthong may be established by two rules. The combination is phonemic if its components may function as distinctively different elements. Weiter classifies them as movement diphthongs, which are constituted by a direct articulatory movement and cannot be divided into two vowels, A, I, OW, O, and therefore they are regarded as single phonemes and positional diphthongs which preserve the individual articulatory nature of these two elements, ear, ue, or o. Trubetskoy's first functional criterion, which may function as single phoneme, it is a biphonematic combination, is entirely useless. By using this principle, the diphthongs A and O become biphonematic through Trubetskoy regarded them as single phoneme. Daniel Jones defined diphthongs from the phonetic point of view. He also regarded diphthongs as monosyllabic units pronounced by one expiration. He distinguished rising, ear, ue, and falling, all other diphthongs. The articulatory classification of English vowels. They are classified according to the horizontal movement of the tongue. Second, according to the vertical movement of the tongue. Third, according to the position of the lips. Fourth, according to the degree of the muscular tension of the articulatory organs. Fifth, according to the force of articulation at the end of the vowel. Sixth, according to the stability of articulation. And the last one, according to the length of the vowel. The acoustic classification of English vowels. If the formats F1 and F2 are in the middle of the spectrum, in other words, close to each other as for R, O, or E, the vowels are classified as consonants. If the formats are at each of the extremities of the spectrum, as for U, or E and I, the vowels are diffuse. Open vowels are compact, closed vowels are diffuse. If the second format is high, as for E or F, the vowels are of a clear or acute timbre. If it is low, so that both F1 and F2 are in the low section of the spectrum, as for U, or O, the vowel has a dark or grave timbre. Front vowels are acute, back vowels are grave. F2 is lower in round vowels as O, U, and U. That it is an unround vowels as E, E, and R. Acoustically, rounded vowels are opposed to unrounded as flat to plain. Unstressed vowels in English. The neutral vowel, which appears in final unstressed position, is somewhat close to the timbre of the vowel, perhaps to the Russian and the Uzbek but is shorter than their worker or matter. The version of or schwa used in the neighboring k and g is regarded to be a very short and back, close, narrow variation, continue or aggregate. The next version of schwa is used in initial and medium unstressed positions except the neighboring k and g. This type of schwa is pronounced by a higher position of the tongue than in the first version, nouns or about. The fourth version occurs before the consonants z and d, which are used as morphemes expressing the plural form of nouns and the tense of verbs, letters, hunters, covered. It resembles through it is pronounced half-long sound. That's all for today. Thank you for your attention.